And I'm not sure, at least on this side, if we're gonna find much. Wow, this is shiny at the edges. But we're definitely gonna check. Almost looks like something's like sandblasted it. Yeah, it feels it's rougher. Maybe it got sandblasted to be cleaned or like pressure washed and it was just a little bit too much. I guess it's like left like, yeah, that's weird. Hey, it might have been hit by something. You can see like drag marks. And then there's more here. Alright, well, we're coming up along the edge now. I would say there's almost no possibility at this part to be anything here. Yes. Yeah, it looks like that is a definite fence line there. And then, okay, I almost got the wrong row. I want to take a look at this. Kind of fairly unique. We've seen these before on the channel. They don't pop up too often. Kind of uniquely shaped diamond style marker here with some really cool, almost Romanesque looking pillar-esque thing at the bottom, base if you want to call it. Very interesting, I like it. It just says father and mother there. And then the writing is here on the top. See, Melissa A. Ooh, I'm gonna have to grab again the flashlight because it's really hard. I see 1899 at the bottom. Yeah, it looks like 1999 is all I can get from here right now. And then E.Y. Hill with no other inscription on it. So, although here we have Father Lemuel M. Hill, 1863 to 1865, or excuse me, 1935. And as you can tell, it's just somebody's private property on the other side and a very, very distinct fence. It looks like they designed it with this loop around road, so there's not really ever going to be any chance unless there's some major developments here for anything, excuse me, to get lost along the edges. At least on this side, like I said, it looks the same on the other end. We have Frank Fisher here, 1890 to 1974. And we'll need to go down this row here. And then we arrived here at this log formation, and again, I'm not 100% positive if it is a Woodman of the World. You can see it looks like a pile of firewood or chopped wood that has been neatly arranged and stacked. Pretty cool. I don't see any writing on this section here. Does look like it was intended for it. You can see some sort of marks here, like something has hit it in the past. And then we have personal markers down here. Mother Sarah J., wife of D. Fisher, past 1900. And then on the other side, one with a fair amount of damage, like something definitely hit it really, really hard. You can see all the pieces are actually lying down around it, making it pretty hard to tell any of the details. You see, it looks like Daniel, and then you see died, age something, and 28. There is a large chunk here. I probably could see it if I moved these, but out of fear of doing any further damage, I wouldn't want to do that, and I'm going to leave it up to whoever cares for this place to hopefully do some restoration work on this. So that's pretty sad though. Yeah, other than at rest, the center piece doesn't appear to be used at all. And on the back it appears to be exactly the same. There is a place here for an inscription to be made, but none was ever done. So it's kind of interesting. It must mean that it was a piece that had multiple editions, that it was something that a local business made a decent amount of, and you could pick it out and put whatever you wanted on it. There we go. I think that's probably coming out of Fort Wayne International Airport. We are literally just like a few miles south of it right now. I just don't even know where to go from here. There's just so much to look at. I think what we'll do is try to maybe catch a few veterans' graves, see if anything pops out, and we'll kind of walk down this way past my car and onto the other side, and we'll check out a few things in between. Ermel Platt, looks like 1902 to 1902 to 1910. It almost looks like, I think it's just lichen growth, but it almost looks like a mistake, but I honestly think it's just the black lichen. And son of J&S Little, 1873 to 1904. Okay, and so this is the Little family section. It's kind of an interesting thing to say. Samantha, wife of L. Little, 1898 or 1895, it looks like, maybe. And here is another Little here. Son of J&M Little. Kind of looks like there probably was an inscription on the top, but it too has been worn off. I don't think there's anything on the other side, but we'll check it out. See, 1866 to 1891 there. And then another son here, 18... Well, that's really difficult. Something 1897. That's all I can make out. I'll put the rest up if I can. And as expected, nothing on the backs. But again, it does kind of appear like, yeah, see how this one has some writing on it that you can read still. And as I was going around to check that one out, I noticed this here, just found it kind of interesting. It's definitely had some sort of erosion damage over the years, and part of the base has been exposed, and you can kind of tell it's at a little bit of an angle. It looks like this has been cleaned though. John Bell lived between 1894 and 1961, and yeah, these planters on the sides look in pretty decent condition too. Looks to be only growing natural plants that just happen to fall into it. So yeah, I do believe my prediction was correct about the others. I can't really make it out. I will try to use the flashlight again, but I don't think it's actually going to work on this, because I don't think the damage is the same here. I see OUS. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'll try and put something up too. This place has some interesting markings too on Google Maps. Oh, I can't see this one, that's sad. It's completely upside down. It looks like it's actually fallen somewhat recently, maybe even. There's a lot of plant growth underneath. You can kind of see there's a big stem here, and I think maybe that it actually worked its way underneath and made it fall forward. Some looks like cement pressed memorials here. You can see it's actually made to kind of look like a granite style. And then Samuel Michael, 1889 to 1929. And it looks like maybe we're missing a few in the middle here. And then another one with the exact same design here, John B. Michael, 1850 something to 1934. Looks like maybe 1856 possibly. And this one actually, there's no way to tell without looking up the records, because the cement in the middle actually appears to have been removed. I think it looks like it's a little bit deeper than this one. And yeah, it almost, I think these pieces here, I don't want to mess with them too much, but there's not really much you can do for it at this point, but I think that's the pieces of it, like it's been knocked out. So I don't know if that's maybe to put in a new version, or if that's actually just damage that's been done over the years, or vandalism, or what. Alright, well, we're gonna continue onward here. I don't know why I wanted to, this name is kind of interesting. I've heard of it before, but I just like that. Kind of very clean on the outside, it's a little bit dirty on the inside on this particular stone, but Ephraim B, 1855 to 1927. Again, a fairly unique time to be alive in American history. This one, okay, here's some writing here. This is probably actually going to be another 3-4 part series. I'm going to have to really start ending some of these series before I start new ones. Something Grace, daughter of A.F. Roman, 1892. 1 year, 5 months, and 1 day. I think that is everything on here, yeah. And next to it, a completely, it looks like completely lost stone. Again, it might be something that they have removed. It could be like a metal piece that's being worked on, maybe being restored a little bit. I don't think, it could actually be a stone itself. If it is, then I'd say the writing is certainly gone by now. And that's even with scanning the surface with the flashlight on. You can tell, you can't, well, I guess you can't tell because it's so smooth that you can't even see the flashlight beam barely on the surface. Some more damage, it appears, over here. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. When we get closer, we'll see here. But see, Ida Thomas, 1856 to 1941. Elizabeth, 1824 to 1908. And then We have John memorialized here in the middle, 1886, and Mary, excuse me, 1863. Yeah, Mary here, Josephine. So it must be an individual marker that doesn't have the dates. That's kind of an interesting way to do it. I usually see it the other way around, where they have no names on the center marker, and then the individual markers actually have the details. And it looks like maybe this is a rotted plant or something. You see chunks of whatever it is. Maybe it's a mold or a fungus of some sort. More of it over here, and then this almost looks like spray foam, but that could be a mushroom as well. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. Yeah, somebody chime in if you know. And then we have John here. Again, not in too bad a shape, but just incredibly hard to actually read what it says, even with the flashlight again. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any idea here what some of this stuff is, some of the random damage. Here's another one. I always find these kind of interesting. These are little free markers that they provide from funeral homes, and sometimes people sometimes people actually use them as memorials permanently by adhering them to something else or putting them into cement. It looks like there's been some damage here. You can see a chunk of this corner has been knocked off, but also, okay, so behind it here is actually a tree root coming from somewhere, either something that's been chopped down. See more of it right in here. Maybe it's coming from these evergreens though. Huh. I thought, okay, then that's more of it right here. But yeah, I don't know if there was a top section or if that is it in its entirety. You see the smuts here, Jacob, 1845 to 1925, and Lavina, 1849 to 1939. And let's go ahead and make our way over. I'm certain that we're in part 2 or 3 by now, so welcome back. New videos every Tuesday and Saturday, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. What have we found here? Let's see, Jacobs, Paul Edwin, 1927 to 1955, father, and then here we see a actual World War II veterans marker here. Looks like U.S. Army Technical Division 4, maybe? World War II, December 16th, 1927 to September 26th of 1955. Did I say that right? December 16th, if I said that wrong. Wow, amazing coloring. Sure it's copper or brass probably. But what a crazy thing to find. It's getting covered up kind of quickly. I'm assuming that they come around and probably weed whack it every once in a while though.